May 30th, 11:34 a.m. Alicia Croker introduced the task of participating in the 3-minute summer theses. May 30th, 11:35 a.m. The approximate time at which I thought, how in God's name did they expect me to come up with the procedure or process to implement? I've been here 2 weeks. As a result, I decided I'd stand here before you today to instead discuss the work I have done in priority-driven research to date. I pondered through my options. Would I tell you about the peer review meeting I attended for HIV biomedical and clinical vaccines? Or would I discuss how I thought I was Excel savvy until I began this job? I could talk for hours about the main point of contact positions I hold in Master Practicum Awards and Crescent, or I could bring you through the vast amount of databases used on a day-to-day basis. Priority-driven research, by definition, refers to the initiatives created by the Government of Canada to investigate pressing health issues that are of strategic importance to our country. A large chunk of our time in PDD is dedicated to organizing peer review committees, unfortunately done in an extremely time-consuming way. If you're a numbers person, imagine an 80% failed recruitment rate. Lightbulb. Why don't I implement a process to execute a more efficient recruitment practice? I jotted 25 pages in my little black book, spilling out my thoughts. In short, I proposed the implementation of a database that would hold information of all the members of the college, categorized by keywords of expertise. Each profile would contain the information us as recruiters would need to ensure a successful process. I wrote a briefing note. I had charts. I had a PowerPoint. I was so proud of this potential breakthrough that I sent an invite to a comp lead on my team to make sure I wasn't in over my head. This colleague of mine peeled her eyes off the briefing note and she said something to me that I will carry for a very long time. Caitlin, she said, you have just come up with and put into words after only 2 weeks of being here what the College of Reviewers has been trying to do for 5 years. This is incredible. I was so taken aback to the point where I was almost proud of myself for initiating an idea that hadn't yet been solved. Every day for 30 minutes, I sat and improved my presentation. Until Friday, July 14th. What might as well have been a Friday the 13th consisted of a woman named Allison gathering our PDR unit. In the span of 30 minutes, we were informed that the College of Reviewers was now in business, and almost everything I had been so ecstatic to propose was now implemented. So, I stand before you today to tell you how the breakthrough of an idea I initially had became the idea that could have been. Instead of proposing, I am commending. What I once perceived as a need for new ideas, desperate enough to ask summer students, turned into the acknowledgement of Alicia's motivation for the 3-minute theses. As students who haven't been here as long as seasoned employees, we're simply unfamiliar with the status quo procedures. In simpler terms, we are the prime candidates to think outside the box, simply because we haven't been here long enough to figure out how to step inside of it.